Okay, so I'm gonna try and be quick because to record this I have to hold my webcam so that I can show you. But um so we were supposed to take or pick two problems from each column. So my first problem is 142.79 rounded to the nearest hundredth. I rewrote that down and then I underlined the number, so the number that I was going to round, and in this case it was the 1, and the number after 1 is 4, so when we round, if we're not 5, then we round down, but if we're 5, we can round up, so rounding to the nearest 100 would get us 100. Um, the next one I had was 150.378 rounded to the nearest hundredth. Um, I look at the number behind 7, which is 8. So this would become 150.78. My next one that I chose was 2.48 plus 1.6. And I rewrote this. I put 2.48 above 1.6, making sure the decimals lined up. And since there's nothing for 8 to be added with, it goes down. And then we see 6 plus 4 is 10, so you write your 0 in place of the 10th position. You would put your 1, or at least I put the 1 over the 2 just to remember that I have that extra from the 4 plus 6. And then, so that would all equal 4. So my answer is 4.8, or 4.08. The next one is 2.7 minus 1.69. So again, I just wrote this, wrote the larger number over the smaller number and made sure the decimals lined up. And the reason I have it here with the 0 is because you're able to put a 0 behind any number. The last number that we have in our value, I suppose. So a 2.7 can be a 2.70, and this just allows us to subtract our 9. And then when you would take, you would take 1 from the 7, so your 7 would become 6, and that 0 that I wrote down, I can put the 1 in front of it, making it 10, and then that minus 9 would give us 1, so we would end up with, and then 2 minus 1 is 1, so we would end up with 1.01. The next one is 4 minus 2, and then in parentheses 9 minus 3 squared, end of the parentheses. So according to order of operations, we're going to do everything in the parentheses first. We would do the exponent first, which is 3 squared, which is 9, and then 9 minus 9 is 0. We would drop our 4 minus 2 as well down, and 4 minus 2 is 2, so that is the answer for that. Over here, same thing, we have order of operations, parentheses would be first. You're gonna see, I think I did that last one wrong, excuse me. We would have 6 parentheses 1 plus 2 and a parentheses squared minus 3. You're gonna do your parentheses first, which is 3, 6, and then you're gonna square your 3, and then you're gonna have 6 times 9 minus 3, which is 54, minus our 3 is 51. Next set of problems, we were tasked to simplify, so you're gonna just put like terms together. The reason the first one is, you might see 2a plus 4b in parentheses minus 1a minus 2b, also in parentheses, as 2a plus 4b plus a negative 1a plus 2b. That is because we have to switch the signs on that second part of the problem because of the parentheses, and that would give us a as our last remaining simplified part of simplified for a, and that would become 6b because we would add like terms. And 4b, we're also doing the same thing. You have 3p plus 5r plus 12p minus r. So you're just going to add like terms. 3p plus 12p is 15p, and then 5r is, or 5r minus r is 4r. So we're going to have 15p plus 4r. And for the last set of problems, we were supposed to find for m, or our missing value. So the first problem went 3m plus 2 is equal to negative 19. Well, I see that I have a plus 2, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides of the equation, leaving me with 3m is equal to negative 21. So I'm going to divide by 3 to get m alone, and I'm going to divide negative 21 by 3 to get m, or which will be our value for m. So 3 or 20 negative 21 divided by 3 is negative 7, and we can check this by plugging negative 7 into 3m. For the next side, we have 4a is equal to 0. Again, we have to get a alone, so we're going to divide by 4 on both sides, and anything divided by 0 is going to be 0, so a is equal to 0.